Chase just got back with a whole bunch of beams from Mackey's so that we can build up the edge of the bank over there. So thankfully it looks like the ranunculus actually did okay last night with the frost cloth over it. We had 26 was the low sometime around 6 a.m. Jay did try to come out and see if he had ability to turn the hose on, but it was frozen as expected. So that didn't work, but thankfully everything looks okay. You can see I've started getting the Lizzies in. I'll show you the bed over by the hoop. I've got two colors in here. This is Advantage Cherry Blossom and Arena Gold 3 over here on this side. We try to make slow progress on that big bed over the next couple days. Probably need water. That's really about it. Nothing too bad over here. Over here, the delphiniums did fine, rhubarb did fine. Perennial bed needs full cleanup also, so that is going to be on the list here probably over the next couple weeks. Start cutting down some of the old growth, and you can see like the sedum is really coming strong now, as well as the Nice hyssop. The feverfew looks really good. Iris is in the back. We've got some fancy daffodils there as well. Here is the Lizzie bed. I've got ranunculus on one side, but I also have some larkspur that I transplanted. Some of it will die, as expected, because they're not supposed to transplant it. But some of it looks pretty healthy, so we'll see how that goes. There's roughly about maybe just under 500 Lizzies. Jace is here doing more bank stuff and leveling. I wanted to share also how I soak my Lizzies with the root shield. So I use these dog crate trays. We got them at Tractor Supply. They work really good because they're nice and thick, and they're really easy to wash. Up here you can see I've got some stock here started, and then some more ranunculus, and all of these wonderful Lizzies. Come in here, maybe you'll be able to hear me better. So in the tunnel, everything looks great. It was 40 degrees at like 6 a.m. Jace said when he came out. You can see I've got plugs everywhere right now. Lots of Lizzies going on there. I've got more Lizzies here. So this bed I still need to dig out. Jace said maybe he'll help do that tomorrow and then put new compost in here. It's really, really dry. It's about 4 years old now, which is crazy to think about that. Up here you can see the grow baskets are actually doing really great. Hanging baskets here. Little flowers. The ranunculus in this one is really coming into it. So I'm kind of excited for that. Have a little bit of accents of the violas here. This one with the ranunculus in the center has some pansies. So these were thought for Mother's Day, was kind of my thought process for those. And then, I don't know which one. There's a flower in here. One of these actually had a baby strawberry somewhere. But I thought these would also be really kind of fun early summer. They're ever-bearing, so they should continue to have fruit. So as long as you keep them watered, it should be good. And then you can see the rest of these baskets are still looking pretty good up here. Tomatoes did okay. Again, they look really scraggly, so maybe I will try to fertilize tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. And then the ranunculus looks gorgeous as ever. And the bloom actually was open today. I'll post a picture in there so you can see that. It's closed up for the day now. The other great thing was, I'm not sure if I'm going to find it again, but one of these actually has a bud coming, which means that my fertilizing actually did work for forcing. Now I'm not going to be able to find it. This should be one here. You can see how much thicker it is here, and it's got multiple things coming up on the stem versus a normal leaf pattern. So the fertilizing that I did on Saturday, we're now in Thursday, seems like it actually did help force some of these. And hopefully, if I do one more big bloom fertilizer, I will get at least a few of the buds ready for Mother's Day. These take forever, so when you see the bud like that, it's still gonna be like 3 weeks before they're blooming. Over here, I've got more whites coming. They're much smaller. I've got a pink coming over here in the back there. So I'll have a few things. I might be able to do a giant pansy bouquet. So I'm not sure if that will be ready or not, but that is the trial I'm doing over there. And I'm letting the kale go to, I almost touched the spider. I'm letting the kale go to flower here because I think it'll be really great filler. And then we have back here our first feverfew. These are a little short, but they will get taller. So kind of fun though. It's like a single cluster. Usually they'll get much bigger and much more on the clusters here, but you can see some of these are actually coming pretty nice and strong stems. And then the snapdragons are starting to actually go and do some stuff. So I trimmed these back, if you remember, to try to get a whole bunch of different branches, and they're looking like they're going to be really good and healthy. So that's really exciting. Ranunculus on this side, I did find a couple other potential buds. So like I said, if I fertilize again tomorrow and then again next week and do like 4 or 5 days between, there is some pretty good hope. So that's what's going on. Let me show you guys what Jay's been doing. We got more deliveries of gravel today. And the radish bed is starting to do something here. So we got 2 more deliveries today. And Jace went and picked up these beams. So yes, we have a mill, but obviously hemlock and pine and everything would not be ideal to put on directly on the ground. And so Jace ordered these pressure treated beams, which will be going, let me show you guys here. Well, we got to clean up our little fire pit from last weekend. The beams are going to come over back here, kind of along the side of the beds on the other side, to hold up the extra height of this bank. So you can see like right here how much you got to step up. So we're going to put those beams there to hold that side. So Jace is working on that back corner there. He had to pull back all that mulch that he hadn't pulled back yet. This is our 3046R John Deere with the big tool rack on the back. much better at the back drag than I am. Looking down the bank, you can see that dead tree, or the tree that fell over that we pulled up through here. I should say Jace pulled up through here. That is holding that bank a lot better already. So we are going to try to put more over. He already just did, actually, right here. You can't really see with the lighting, but right here there was a little bit of a low spot, so he added. And we're probably going to try to plant some bank kind of plants that will be non-invasive but would hold that bank really well is the goal. So this spinach is the stuff that overwintered. So you can see a lot of these outer leaves have a lot of damage. So what I'm doing is I'm coming in and picking the newer growth into my hand and for dinner, and picking off this stuff, and I'll throw it in the spots where there isn't anything growing. It'd be really bitter at this point, would be my guess, and probably not a great texture. But there's actually quite a bit of spinach in here that Jace and I can add to our lettuce for our salads for dinner tonight. So, kind of excited about that. Reason to try to plan your winter stuff is because I got really delayed when I started all that seed. So you can see here we've got some baby lettuce coming up here. A lot of dill, and then spinach coming up here. So this will be probably another 2-3 weeks before we can start eating that spinach. So having this last year's spinach ready right now is a huge help. And then here's this lettuce that I transplanted out here. So that should start taking off and head up a little bit for us. I'm going to continue picking, and Jace is going to continue working, and then we'll go in and make a salad.